Mic check.
My people on the war. We bringing out the fire. The heathens we ignore. Cause we know that the liars. I'm reading in the word. We reading in the word. They reading in the word.
Shalom, brothers. Shalom, sisters. Most High in Christ bless. We late, but it's all good. Awesome Lemuel, y'all tuned in the scripts.
Reloaded.
All praise to the Most High. Who I got on my left?
Officer Shema.
Who I got on my right?
Officer Yakub.
Who I got on my far right?
Officer Kareem.
All praises to the Most High. So we're gonna jump right in. I want to start with the last video that's posted in the chat. Was just posted from our brother, the Minister of Health. Pause it real quick. So if y'all haven't seen this brother, I do follow this brother pretty frequently, and he's very big on plant-based. What he calls himself not a vegan or a vegetarian, nothing like that.
Right.
He calls himself a nutritarian, which is, he has an acronym. He's gonna say it in the video: greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, berries, and seeds. That should be the foundation of the Black and Hispanic diet.
Wow.
Okay. He's actually an ex-bodybuilder, and even when he was bodybuilding, he was he followed that same way of life. I don't want to say diet, but just way of life.
Right.
And so he's finna give us a warning. So I want us to watch it in its entirety to make sure that y'all understand where we are right now. And then we're gonna go through a couple of scriptures in dealing with what the brothers get ready to bring out. So go ahead and play that.
Greetings, brothers and sisters, family and friends. I'm your Minister of Wellness, and in today's wellness segment, I want to talk about the upcoming chaos during the inauguration. There's planned chaos, and I just want to give you all a quick warning / precaution to please stock up on greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, berries, and seeds, especially beans and whole grains. Beans, seeds, and whole grains. You want to stock up on those. The reason why I'm saying that, brothers and sisters, is because we don't know what these events may lead to. We don't know what these events. I want you to start preparing now. Today is Monday, January the 11th, when I record this video. So you have about a week. If civil war breaks out, if martial law is instituted, all the masses, you don't want to get caught up in the masses. Everybody has calmed down from the initial COVID scare. This is the time to go in the store and to load up your cart with what you need to make sure you have nutritious food.
Pause it real quick. So I don't know if y'all remember the last time when COVID first hit, people was going crazy, buying up everything in the store.
Right.
First and foremost being toilet paper.
Yeah.
But now the Lord is, we kind of in a calm period. We have been for the last couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
This has been a time for us to actually prepare. All right.
Exactly.
So I'm not going to interject too much, but I did want to bring that point out. January 20th, for those that have been sleeping under a rock somewhere, is the inauguration. And they saying that the inauguration, that's going to be the apex of hell, at least starting 2021. All right. So go ahead and play it.
Over concerned about prepping with weapons and everything else that you don't prep for your health. You can't defend yourself if you're not healthy. And in stressful times, that can deplete your health. That can destroy your health. It's very important to make sure that you're feeding your brain correctly in a time of stress. A well-nourished brain can help manage stress better. I talk about the impact of health on the brain in a couple of the parts on my series on G-bombs, greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, berries, and seeds on my YouTube channel, The Minister of Wellness. You want to go there, make sure you subscribe. I have 1,000 free videos. Join the email list for other exclusive content. We're sharing recipes. I have a Facebook page. I can be healthy. I will be healthy. I must be healthy. Join the health community. I see so many sites and articles talking about prepping, and they should talk about prepping. We should prep. But what about prepping for your health? Beans are a superfood. Beans cover all bases. They fill you up quickly and you don't need that many calories. And they're full of natural medicines and full of fiber. They are perfect for, and they last forever. They last almost forever, years and years. If you store dried beans correctly, they will last for a very long time. And if you have to, go ahead and do the canned beans and make sure that you have something, a device you can cook with that doesn't require electricity. We don't know what's coming. We have to prep. But I don't hardly see anyone talking about prepping healthy food. Why are you worried about prepping a bunch of meat? That's the last thing that should be on your mind. A fourth of a cup of nuts and seeds give you more calories and protein and fat than the animal without sacrificing your health. If you want a high fat meal, all you need, you have your whole grains, you have your beans, and then you have your nuts and seeds. Now, as far as green vegetables and so forth are concerned, if you're able to, you want to stock up on a lot of frozen fresh fruits and vegetables. It may come a time, brothers and sisters, where you will be forced to overcome your food addiction, meaning you're going to need to have it to where you can survive off of a nice hearty bowl of bean soup. And a nice hearty bowl of bean soup can provide you with all the nutrients you need. Supplementation is important. I'm going to be stringing off a lot of videos this year on the African Diaspora News Channel under the suggestion of the great Philip Scott about more natural means that God created to heal the body. That's very important. So I'll be talking about a lot of different herbs that God has created for us that Big Pharma has sabotaged. And I have 28 herbal extracts. I have organic Irish sea moss. Dulse seaweed helps with sickle cell anemia. Notice I say help. I'm not talking. I have to be careful with my language here. Wink, 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 wink. And the reason why is because we don't want any of you all doing something stupid and then you hurt yourself and you blame us. I have 28 different herbal extracts. I would stock up on as many as you need for your condition. If you need help with guidance on that, I offer consultations. My consultations come with a 25% discount. My naturopathic doctor, Dr. Chef Felicia Ann, she does consultations also. 25% discount code is generated when you book a consultation so I can help you to stock up on exactly what you need. Prep for your health, brothers and sisters. It's coming up soon, January the 20th. You all seen that chaos that happened a few days ago? You've seen nothing yet. You've seen nothing yet. You think coronavirus is something. You've seen nothing yet. The first Sunday of every month, starting March 7th, I will be doing a private live stream. I will be doing a private live stream. I'm going to start off going into great detail. I have to be short with what I say. Great detail on the coronavirus vaccine. You don't want to miss it. Make sure I have your email so you're kept updated with all the information. Tickets will be purchased through Eventbrite. There's only 30 people will be able to attend this special event in person. First Sunday of every month, starting March 7th. I, your Minister of Wellness, will be delivering a different health message. It will be private live stream. You'll have to register through Eventbrite. You have to purchase an RSVP the ticket, and then you will get the link to this critical information. Make sure you join the email list, theministerofwellness.com. A pop-up box will appear. Theministerofwellness.com. A pop-up box will appear. I will list all the event information, but that's the first one, Sunday, March 7th. 10 a.m., 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, St. Louis, Missouri. I see the African American Bookstore. Same location, first Sunday of every month. I will be coming to you starting in March. Make sure you join the Facebook group. I can be healthy. I will be healthy. I must be healthy. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
You can go ahead and drop it. So, brother's on Facebook. I'm sure he's on other social media platforms, obviously YouTube. So make sure y'all follow the brother because he gives a lot of good information, a lot of good advice, and he's very clear and direct on how we need to eat. But most importantly, what he's talking about is what the Lord has already told us in these last days. Us is get that in Ezekiel 3 or 17.
Yes, sir.
Because this is the position, this is the time that the Lord built the prophets for. These times right now.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 3 and verse 17.
Read it out.
Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel.
God made us watchmen over the house of Israel. So as we're watching like Christ commanded us to do, we see what's going on. We see the writings all over the wall.
Right.
We don't got to guess. We don't got to figure it out. No, the Lord prophesied what time we're in right now. So he said he made us a watchman over the house of Israel. Go ahead.
Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me.
So this is what we're doing. We're giving you warning. Here's the warning. Luke chapter 21. Same warning Christ gave us. I ain't going to say nothing of my own volition, nothing out of my own brain stem. I'm going to give you the words of the Son of God. Luke chapter 21, verse 11.
The book of Luke, chapter 21 and verse 11. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilences.
Notice how those two words are right next to each other. Right. Famines and pestilence. Famines and disease. Brothers and sisters, that's the time we're living in right now.
That's right.
It says famines and pestilence. Go ahead.
And fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven.
And I just seen an article on RT on YouTube where they've opened up all the files, all these government files for UFO sightings, all these UFO sightings, so on and so forth, which we're going to get a little bit later. Now, here's the point. Prepare. Let's look to the wisdom of the scriptures that deals with preparing. Get Proverbs chapter 30. Y'all chime in. Y'all jump in at any point. Proverbs chapter 30, verse 24.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 30 and verse 24.
Read it out.
There be four things which are little upon earth.
Go ahead.
There be four things which are little upon the earth.
So there be four things that are small on the earth. Go ahead.
But they are exceeding wise.
The Lord said, but they are exceeding wise. Let's read about one of those creatures, one of those things that's small but exceeding in wisdom. Go ahead.
The ants are a people not strong.
So the Lord said, consider the ant. He said, O ye children of Israel, consider the ant. Let's examine the wisdom of the ant. Go ahead.
Yet they prepare their meat in the summer.
Start from the top. Read from the top.
The ants are a people not strong.
Ants are not strong. Ants are not strong. One ant in and of itself is not strong. Go ahead.
Yet they are a people. Yet they prepare their meat in the summer.
Yet they prepare. Yet they prepare. Yet they prepare in the summer for what? The winter. The winter's coming.
Right.
The winter is here. The winter is here. We talk about the winter's coming.
Right.
The winter is here. Right. So we should have been preparing months ago when everything started calming down, when produce and things was back in the stores. What you gonna say?
I was gonna say also on that, the heart of Esau is deep too because he knew that this was gonna pop off. So for those that receive like EBT and all that stuff, he been given like the maximum amount that you can get in your household. So when everything pop off and ain't no more meat in stores, he can say, "Well, I gave you $1,000 to buy food. You spent it on Rotel dip."
Right.
Wow. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Rotel
dip.
Hey,
you know
officer, give me Romans 8 and 35. Romans 8 and 35. Because Bishop had warned us too. He's been warning us too. So we've been prepared here at IUIC. And he also telling us, for our households, don't pigeon shop, trying to get our wives and how to do better shopping in these times, But read this. I want to bring something out.
The book of Romans, chapter 8 and verse 35. Who shall separate us from the love of Christ?
So this ain't no time to be falling out this truth. You understand? This ain't no time to be falling out with your husband and stuff like that. This is not the time for that. This is the time for you to start getting your mind right and your soul right with the Most High God.
That's right. Shall tribulation or distress or persecution or famine
Or what?
or famine.
So that's what we're dealing with right now. So it's time for you to get your mind right, set on not going through this. We might go through this famine. We don't know. We don't know from one day to the next. It's all up to the Most High God. But prepare yourself, prepare yourself, prepare yourself. Cut that pigeon shopping out, read.
Or nakedness or pearl or sword.
So we don't know what we're dealing with. We might be dealing with the sword. So it's not the time to be falling off the truth. Go ahead, officer.
Another thing he mentioned, y'all got something?
No.
Another thing he mentioned was not just purchasing food, because what a lot of people are going to do, they'll mess around and go buy get a deep freezer and stock it full of chickens.
Full of chicken.
Stock it full of 80-20 beef or 70-30 beef rolls.
Then electricity go out.
Then the electricity go out. You done burnt through all the food.
Right.
So what the brother's bringing out is heavy. Give me a second. I'm gonna show you something. He said G bombs. Y'all remember what that meant? What that stood for?
No,
Greens, beans, yams, tomatoes.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah, greens, beans. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Greens, beans, onions. Greens, beans, onions.
G bombs. M.
Oh, greens, beans. I don't remember. Yeah.
Greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, berries, and seeds. GBOMBS is an acronym. Greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, berries, and seeds.
I love all of that.
Yeah, that should be the foundation of our diet.
Yeah.
Meat should come in every once in a while or whatever. But that should be the foundation. That's the foundation of a healthy diet. I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. Get 2 Samuel. And I'm gonna touch this other point after that. Get 2 Samuel, chapter 17. We're gonna read verse 20. Start at verse 25.
The book of 2 Samuel, chapter 17 and verse 25. And
start at verse 26.
Verse 26. So Israel and Absalom pitched in the land of Gilead. And it came to pass, when David was come to Mahanaim, that Shobai, the son of Nahash, of Rabbah, of the children of Ammon, and Machir, the son of Amiel, of Lodabar, and Barzillai, the Gileadite, of Rogelim, brought beds and basins and earthen vessels, and wheat, and barley, and flour, and parched corn, and beans.
Parched corn, beans. Go ahead.
And lentils.
Lentils.
And parched pulse.
And parched pulse.
And honey.
Give me the definition of pulse. I'm going to show y'all something. Foundation of a solid diet. I'm going to show y'all something real quick.
You said pulse?
Yeah.
Or parched pulse?
P-U-L-S-E. P-U-L-S-E. Let's look up what pulse is.
Okay, let's see.
This is when we was in the land of Gilead. We got it up right here.
Pulse.
Yeah.
Pulse. The edible seeds of various leguminous
The edible what?
The edible seeds.
Is that not a part of the G-bombs?
Part of the G-bomb.
Go ahead.
Of leguminous plants, for example, chickpeas, lentils, and beans.
Chickpeas, lentils, and beans. Chickpeas, lentils, and beans. Go ahead.
The plant or plants producing pulses.
So go back to the verse.
Okay. The book of 2 Samuel, chapter 17 and verse 28. Brought beds and basins and earthen vessels and wheat and barley and flour and parched corn and beans and lentils and parched pulse.
Go ahead.
And honey and butter and sheep and cheese of kine for David and for the people that were with him to eat.
for David and for the people that were with him to eat. Go ahead.
The people is hungry and weary.
No, you skipped something.
I'm sorry. For they said.
For they said, what did the people say?
The people is hungry.
The people is hungry
and weary.
And weary.
And thirsty.
And thirsty where?
In the wilderness.
So if that'll sustain Israel in the wilderness, you sit at your crib. You go from point A to point B, from your crib to your job, from your job to your crib. So if that'll sustain us in the wilderness, how much more the little bit of physical exercise or physical movement we do.
Right.
So that's the foundation of a godly, biblical diet. And especially the Lord has proven us and trying us in these last days. He mentioned about us, the food addiction that we have. He said, going through this famine, it's gonna break a lot of people's food addictions.
You're gonna see where you at.
Yeah, you're gonna see where you at. For a lot of us, it's gonna break that sugar addiction you got, because that's what makes up your rice. That's what makes up your cereal, your breakfast cereals. That's what's in the packet oatmeals, your peach, and that's mine, peaches and cream.
That's mine too. That's my favorite.
That's my favorite.
Hey, y'all praise. The brother called me weird because I like peach oatmeal.
Yeah,
he crazy.
Right.
That's my favorite.
All praise.
Yeah, y'all
You
weird.
had something else?
No, not
So you look like you finna get the scripture I want about the dainties, but find that real quick. But so this is going to force us to really get to the next level in terms of our food addiction, our sugar addictions. Y'all shouldn't be going out and getting 15 bags of chips talking about I'm preparing for the winter. No.
Right.
No oatmeal pies talking about I'm preparing for the winter. I'm preparing for the famine.
Right.
No. Go with what the brother brought out. Now here's the thing with that. You can prepare some good sweets. Ain't nobody saying lay off the sugar completely. Guess what you can do? You can get some natural sweetness.
Right.
You can get some dates.
Right.
You can get some agave, some honey, some, all of these natural things to sweeten up your stuff. And guess what? You can make your own oatmeal cookies.
Right.
How about you make your own Rice Krispie treats?
Right.
What you got?
Even like fruits themselves, like eating grapes and peaches and stuff
There
like that.
you go.
It's
Exactly.
on its own.
Natural sugars. And guess what? Those are guiltless pleasures.
Right.
You ain't getting obese eating a bunch of apples.
Right.
You're not gaining a ton of weight just sitting up eating oranges.
Right.
Then get your handful of grapes. That's your little sunflower seed.
Right.
Pop them in there like that and you good.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I know something to add with it. My bad. Something to add with it is drinking cold water helps to make you feel full. So if you, even if you eat, 2 to 3 apples a day, just at different times, if you're taking in cold water with it, 8 to 16 ounces at a time, they say that'll help you to feel full enough. And I'm experiencing that now by drinking something cold at night when I get that, that hunger pain. I find something cold to drink, and then I just ride it out.
And that goes with the intermittent fasting that has, brothers have been talking about for at least a couple of months. And I know I've heard it in times past, but it's just a certain window of time where you eat, and imagine, 8 to 10 hour window of you eating. Right. And within that 8 to 10 hours, you're really eating solid meals, like the brother said, meals that are full of fiber, full of nutrients, full of minerals that your body needs. Right. Imagine that.
Right.
And you still gonna look like you in shape.
And you still gonna look exactly. Right. You're not gonna be walking around the house looking like a upside down light bulb.
Right.
Around the midsection.
I lost 10 pounds in the last 2 months. Still got 10
to
lose.
You see how he over here touching himself?
I lost 10 pounds.
Just look at
That's because he was at home with that explosive diarrhea.
Right. You ain't gonna say all that.
You ain't gonna say all that. Got him.
All right. The book of Sirach, chapter 37 and verse 29. Be not unsatiable in anything, nor too greedy upon meats.
Nor too greedy upon what?
Upon meats.
Nor too greedy upon meats. All the sweets in the meat, your meat addiction and your sweet addiction. I'm saying your, and I'm including myself in that.
Right. Include me in
Because
too.
I mess around and eat 2 packs of Haribo gummy bears and won't think twice about it. That's my sunflower seed.
right.
I ain't being that joke.
Hey, you gotta have good teeth to eat them mugs, bro. Hey, them mugs hard.
Right. Say, man, and you would think Israel hard-headed as hell. I'm talking about myself. Because I was at the around December 2019. So okay. No. December 2018. I started to get a headache. This was maybe the middle of December. I started to get a headache. I was like, damn, man, my head hurt. 2 days go by, man, I still got a headache. What the hell? And then my tooth started hurting. I was like, God damn, my tooth hurt. And for whatever reason, I don't remember. Oh no, I went to the dentist and they said, oh, you gotta get a root canal. I was like, damn, that sounds like it sucked. And I've heard horror stories. So I was like, all right, cool. When can y'all get me in? I'm thinking, next 2 or 3 days, whatever. They said, yo, we can't get you till January.
Sheesh.
I said, okay, all right, well, it is what it is. So week go by, it gets to the point where I didn't go to sleep for a solid 3 days, and there was a lump forming at the roof of my mouth, and my gums up there, and I'm like, man, what in the hell is this? I was trying. It was abscess. Yeah. I was trying clove oil. I popped every pill you could possibly think of, sleeping pills. Literally nothing worked. Nothing. I did not sleep for a solid 3 days. My saving grace was the fact that I was working at Toyota at the time, and they closed for the last week of December.
Okay.
So I didn't have to. I ain't had nowhere to go. Right. So, but I'm just sitting at the crib in complete agony. Sheesh. So by the time I get to the dentist that first Monday in December, I think maybe January 2nd, something like that. I can't hardly walk in that bad boy.
Yeah.
Hurting so much.
Pain.
Yeah. I could pain. I have never felt outside of my knee surgeries, and pain that I don't want to feel.
Yeah.
So they did their thing, and she pokes a hole in the the syringe. Puts a syringe in there and busts the abscess, and then all this pus and stuff is coming out. And I'm seeing she's using the suck thing, and I'm seeing all this green stuff come out. But that's judgment from the Lord.
Right.
Green gummy bears. Sugar addiction.
Right.
So I've gotten a hell of a lot better after that, because trust me, I ain't that. I'm crazy a little bit, but ain't that damn crazy.
Yeah. Ain't that funny how affliction will make you change?
I mean, surely affliction like that, you got to learn a precept too. And this is the one right here. Can we read it one more time?
Yes, sir. The book of Sirach, chapter 37 and verse 29. Be not unsatiable in any dainty thing, nor too greedy upon meat.
So eat smaller portions. Not saying you can never have chicken again, never can have beef again. Not saying that whatsoever. What we're saying is, and what the scripture is saying is that the foundation of your diet should be G-bombs. Yes, greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, a good bean lentil soup, a cream of mushroom soup with kale in it. And you can, and you think about it, I don't know if it was him or if it was somebody. I was watching something on YouTube, I forget. And they say, you think about it with me. If you was to take hamburger beef, ground beef, take it out the pat, put it in a patty, throw it on the grill, cook it up, and eat it, just like that. How good is that going to be?
Yeah, not good at all.
Not good at all.
Yeah.
What do you have to do in order to make it taste like something?
You gotta dress it up.
You gotta season it up.
Yeah, season it. And what do seasonings consist of?
Comes from the earth.
Herbs, spices. So what is the Lord trying to tell us?
And that's better for you than that.
Right.
That's better for you.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you can never eat beef, but again, the foundation of flavor, it comes from the earth. comes from the earth.
True.
So you can dress up. You can make a salmon kale salad,
Right.
and it could be bomb.
Right.
Get you a good lentil soup.
Right.
It be bad. You season it up. Some of y'all just can't cook.
Right.
That's what it is, man.
You stepping on some toes.
Some of y'all, I'm
You know,
gonna step on the toe, take my shoe off, and throw it at you. Some of y'all just can't cook. You don't know how to season your food.
My sister can't cook. What?
God,
I'm gonna tell her like it is. I'm gonna tell her like it is.
that's what it is. Some of
Right,
y'all just can't cook.
Yeah.
Some of y'all just gotta take a step back and reassess. You know what? How can I dress up a good for my household, for my family?
Yeah.
How can I dress up a good, like I said, bean soup, a good chili, a good, lentil pie. I don't know what the hell a lentil pie would consist of. I don't cook myself, but those are the things that you got to think about. You know?
Hey, and I'm not gonna age myself too much, but I think about the era that I was born in, and it's crazy because we as kids, we didn't go to McDonald's much. We didn't go to churches much. We didn't go. As a matter of fact, I remember it was a good night if we went out and bought that big bucket of
KFC.
When it was actually called chicken. When it was actually that was a good, that was a treat, but that wasn't something that was regular.
Right.
And one of the things that we always had in the house was beans, rice, lentil, potatoes. That we always had that all the time. So no matter what was going on, we ate and we were full at the end of the day because we had those basic commodities.
I'm gonna give you one too. We had this past Sabbath here at the school. We had red beans and rice. Right.
Yeah.
No, was it this past?
It was. Off the chain.
It was bad to the bone.
Yes, sir.
Bad to the seasoned to perfect. At least the bowl I had. I know it comes from a couple different places, but the one that I had was bad to the bone.
That's right.
Seasoned to perfection. It wasn't salty. It was just right. Now the one I had, I don't think they had options, but the one I had a sausage in it. But I didn't need the sausage. I could have ate literally just straight up beans and rice. It was seasoned like, you can't get no Zatarans mixed to taste like that. There wasn't no Zatarans mixed. That was deep down south, put 10 stoves in the pot, slap your mama tight, cooking there. But that's how that goes back to just seasoning your food. You season it right, come on, man.
And hey, Cap, if you're watching, red beans and rice with hot water cornbread is an excellent meal.
That's right.
That's a real dude.
Hot water cornbread.
Hey, man.
I don't know about the hot water cornbread.
Hey, that hot water cornbread make it do what he do, man.
All praise.
Man. So I wanted to bring that out. Y'all got anything on that? Y'all been quiet.
No. Read that Daniel's. Daniel's 1 and 12. Jump down. Daniel's 1 and 12. Let's read that.
The book of Daniel, chapter 1 and verse 12.
Read out.
Prove thy servants, I beseech thee, 10 days, and let them give us pulse to eat and water to drink.
So Daniel let you know right now, like, listen, we can survive off this. You know what I mean? We ain't got to have that meat. We ain't got to have that pork and all that food that's been sacrificed to other gods or whatever. That meat. Jump down to verse 16.
Verse 16. Thus, Melzar took away the portion of their meat and the wine that they should drink and gave them pulse.
Keep reading.
As for these 4 children, God gave them knowledge and skill in all learning and wisdom. And Daniel had understanding in all visions and dreams. Now, at the end of the days that the king had said he should bring them in, then the prince of the eunuchs brought them in before Nebuchadnezzar. And the king communed with them. And among them all was found none like Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Therefore stood they before the king.
So them brothers was in shape.
Right.
And they ain't have to eat no meat.
Right.
And they definitely didn't have to eat no swine. So that pulse, those vegetables and all that, we can survive off that and look good. And it'll be healthy. And you'll feel better.
Right.
Your body will feel better. Sometimes when you eat that beef, you know what I mean, you be all sluggish the next day.
Yeah.
But man, you eat some good fish or you eat a good salad or something like that, man, you feel great.
Right. Hey, officer, can I backdoor that with Sirach 31:19? Because the brother made a point. He touched on eating the vegetables, but he also touched on working out and being in shape too. Those things are coupled together. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So read that.
The book of Sirach, chapter 31 and verse 19. A very little is sufficient for a man well nurtured.
So that's the point right there. Right there, it says you must be well nurtured, which means you're in shape. You're taking care of your body. Right. It said when you get to that point where you're actually working out, taking care of your body, and I can speak of this firsthand, you're satisfied with smaller portions.
Right.
Go ahead.
And he fetcheth not his wind short upon his bed.
Because like the officer mentioned earlier, a second ago, when you be eating all those meats and stuff, you be gassy. You have all these different things going on with your body.
Right. Sound sleep cometh of moderate eating.
What kind of eating?
Sound sleep cometh of moderate eating.
So the Lord is telling you, you get good sleep when you eat smaller portions.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
He riseth early, and his wits are with him.
So the Lord telling us how spiritual a good diet is. He said when you eat the right portions, even when you wake up in the morning, you feel better. Right. You know, you ever had those mornings when you wake up, you're like, damn, you gotta hit the snooze button 4 times?
Yeah.
The Lord said a lot of that is because of our diet.
Yeah. Right. But the pain of watching and choler and pangs of the belly are with an unsatiable man.
Those brothers that be farting, passing gas during the Sabbath class. Wait, see brothers walking outside. What the hell is this?
Right. Yeah. And just to touch on it, what you brought out, officer, in Sirach 37:29, that is a commandment. That's not nowhere in the Bible. The Bible is called the book of the law.
That's right.
God never suggested or said, hey, maybe. Right. No. He said, be not unsatiable. So he's telling you, don't be unsatiable in any dainty thing.
Especially in these times right now. Excuse me. Especially in these times right now, we gotta get our stuff together. We gotta get our stuff together. We have to prepare. We have to definitely prepare. And like Bishop said, cut that pigeon shopping out. Go get you a couple bags of them brown beans from Sam's Club or something. Big old bag of rice. You know, and store it up. Perishables.
Hey, I'll suggest, and this is for the viewers, if you have any of the Hispanic grocery stores, like the little farmer stores that they can go to,
like Mexicana and stuff like that.
Yeah, them. And then here in Dallas, there's one that I can go to, but they actually sell, those big I mean, the bag is like 2-3 feet tall of rice and beans that you can buy. Yeah. That's right. So if you can't find those in the stores, then find one of those stores to go to and
I need to
purchase
send you some bread. I need to send you some bread so you can pick me some up.
Okay.
While you're out there, and then whatever else, will be good to stock up. We got there for sure.
Okay.
You touched the nerve. I'm gonna let you know something. You said it was a commandment.
Yes, sir.
That's tough.
That's
tough. That's tough, man.
Right. It's tough.
It forces. Affliction is good.
Yes.
Right. That's right. In the church, they make you think that all affliction, you should just have no affliction. If you being afflicted for something,
it's the devil.
Right.
Right.
It's some sort of issue or whatever the case is. Yes, you could be going through affliction because you know there's some sin in you, but guess what? That's not always the case. Get Psalms chapter 119. Watch this. Psalms chapter 119. You know what I want. It was good that I was afflicted. Psalms chapter 119. We're going to read verse 71.
The book of Psalms chapter 119 and verse 71. It is good for me that I have been afflicted.
God said, it is good for me that I had been afflicted. It's good for me that I had been afflicted. Why?
That I might learn thy statutes.
Why? Because the Lord is trying to teach you something.
That's right.
The Lord is trying to build your spirit up, build your endurance up. I love to liken this truth. I did a class on it when I was in Arkansas a couple of months ago. Is that this being in this truth is you liken it to working out. How do you build muscle? You gotta tear that muscle down. You gotta put it through something. You don't just sit there like a turd on a log and expect to not go through nothing, and then all of a sudden you're gonna gain 5 pounds worth of muscle. You're gonna be swole. You're gonna look like Ronnie Cole. That ain't never happened. You got to get out there and you got to start pumping that on and pushing that on. The afflictions that we go through, that's what the Lord is putting us through. That's our weight room. Hell, life is our weight room. So the Lord said, "It is good for me that I had been afflicted, that I might learn thy statutes," so that the Lord can teach us how to properly apply his commandments. Because if not, we wax fat, we good, you got a little money in your pocket, ain't no famines going on, no pestilence, so you'll buy all the sugar you want, you'll buy all the chips you want, you'll buy all the Mickey D's and all that you want. But when all that stuff dries up and you can't even go out your house, because they got everything locked up, you can't go in and out of the city, all you got is the beans and rice in your crib. Guess what? So Rock 37 gonna start to make a lot of sense. So Rock 31 gonna make a lot of sense after that.
And also to your point, even when you do stock up and ration, if it's stuff hit the fan, you're gonna have to ration. You know what I'm saying? So Jake used to eating these real big plates where you got all this stuff on your plate and weigh down 3 pounds. But when stuff hit the fan, you're gonna have to eat smaller portions, like the scripture says.
Because like you mentioned, you're rationing. You gotta be wise about how you apportion what you have, because not everybody's gonna have $500, $600, $700 to go out and spend to stock up. So all the more reason why you have to make sure that you are in the spirit and make sure that you are using wisdom with how you deal in your diet. Get Psalms 34:19. Psalms chapter 34, verse 19.
The book of Psalms, chapter 34 and verse 19. Many are the afflictions of the righteous.
That's what I said, man. Not everything is because you the devil.
Right.
Not every affliction is because you're doing some evil stuff. The Lord said, many are the afflictions of the righteous. The Lord is trying to teach you something. The Lord is trying to teach you how to maneuver in this world when it comes to your diet, how to maneuver in this world when it comes to your finances, how to maneuver in this world when it comes to marriage, how to maneuver in this world when it comes to raising children, so on and so forth. Every area of your life, the Bible has something for you. It says, many of the afflictions of the righteous. Go ahead.
But the Lord delivered him out of them all.
How does he deliver us? By applying his statutes. That's how he delivers you out of the affliction. By application of the law. Somebody's gonna say something.
No, I'm riding with you. I'm like, I'm in it. You in the spirit.
Go ahead. No, I'm listening to you, and it's making sense. Go to Romans 12:2, because our people we have to change our mindset. That's the whole point. Our mindset. We got to get our mindset on really what's going on. You got to be watching. Watch the news. Listen to class. Listen to the prophets. They let you know what's going on. So you have to get your mind right. Read what you got.
The book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 2. And be not conformed to this world.
So you got to be outside the box. Don't be inside the box. You know what I'm saying? You got to be outside the box. Think outside the box. Read.
But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
You have to change your mindset. That's the bottom line. We have to change our mindset on what we eat, how much we eat, right? How much we go to the grocery store and shop and buy, how much we put in that basket. You know what I mean? How we budget our money. We have to do all that. We have to change our mindset. Go ahead.
That you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God.
That's it.
Oh, you mentioned about. Oh no, you was gonna say something.
No,
or was you? So you mentioned about money. So on top of that, this is not the time to be a spendthrift. I said this here in Dallas, at least. I don't know, a couple months ago, I forget. But this is not the time to be a spendthrift and spend every dollar that comes into your account
Right.
every Friday like you normally do.
Right.
Again, the Lord is trying to teach us lessons in this captivity.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord is trying to teach you that you need to apportion your finances for the what ifs of the world, the
Yes.
afflictions that happen,
That's
Right.
right.
the life that inevitably happens.
That's
Right.
right.
So while we talking about lockdowns, we talking about not being able to maneuver from city to city, so on and so forth. That just like last year, that may affect brothers and sisters' jobs.
Right. Right.
So is this really the time for you to go out and spend $800, however much they cost, $800, $1,000 on a PS5?
No.
Right. Hey,
Is this really the time?
Bring it out.
You got brothers out here. Let me help you out.
bring it up.
You got brothers out here that will sit up and live stream their whole gaming experience.
Right.
They want to spend $200 here on the camera, $300 on the chair, $500 on the system,
Right.
$100 on a mouse, $50 on a mouse pad.
Right.
You want to get it, so you done dropped $1,500, $2,000 trying to live stream. What game
gaming
they playing?
right.
Call of Duty. I don't even know if
Yeah.
they're
Right.
still playing that.
Right.
Call of Duty or Batman or whatever the hell.
Yeah,
you
bring it out.
playing? You serious?
Wow.
You talking about in the middle of pestilence and famine.
Right. Right.
In your brain stem, it makes sense for you to spend $1,000, $1,500 on a gaming system.
Right. Right.
Man, you got brothers out here doing it. I'm telling y'all, it's brothers out here doing it.
It is.
Wow.
Hey, it's gonna be the same brother asking to borrow some beans.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. They're gonna go right there to the pantry. They're gonna be asking, trying to hit the school. I just need $300 for my rent.
Right.
Yeah, but you didn't prepare yourself in the summer.
Right.
You knew the winter was coming.
Right.
You just spent your rent money on a PS5.
Right.
Right.
I can't help you.
Right. Right.
Y'all think it's IUIC ATM.
Right.
It's not IUIC ATM. If you preparing yourself in the summer and things just get bad, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
We gonna help you out. We're gonna make sure that the righteous are not forsaken.
Right. I wanted to touch Hebrews 13:5. Hebrews 13:5.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
Let your conversation be without covetousness.
Remember, covetousness is wanting to have things that other people have. You're trying to obtain things that are not necessarily yours. You don't necessarily need them. So God said, let your conversation be without that type of spirit. Don't look and see another brother who is able, maybe this brother is a 6-figure a year guy, so he can afford to go out and spend $1,500 and get the gaming unit and the cameras and the chair, and he can afford the experience. But you, brother, you 100 air, you 1,000 air, if that, right? So don't be covetous. Go ahead.
And be content with such things as you have.
And be what?
Content.
Be content. Be happy with what God has already provided you.
That's right.
So if all you have is the $35 video game that you plug into the back of the TV with the 600
Pac-Man
games,
stick
right? Yeah. If that's all you got, brother, learn to be content with it, because that's what the Most High gave you for that time for your pleasure.
That's a cold precept.
Hey, you know what I like about that too, officer? That's a cold precept too. You sound just like Captain.
Yeah, he sounds just
right. So when you do go out and you do go shopping, think about your brothers and sisters that's less fortunate. You know what I mean? Just don't shop for yourself. Shop for others.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you never know. You might get that knock at the door. The brother might be coming with that PS5. Like, man, listen, man, can I just sell this for a pack of beans?
Right.
You know,
right.
You know what I mean? You finally gave in.
It's a hell of a trade.
Hey, I'm gonna take that mug. I ain't gonna
Sure. No, you done held on to it for so long. You done held on to it for so long. Right? Yeah. You finally want to give it up.
Deacon Lavica would say, hey, and I'm sitting here drinking her drink while I'm judging her simple body.
Right.
Right. That's it, man. Hey, and you mentioned about the brother that may be able to afford, the PS5, the streaming system, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's got, 2, 3, 4 months sitting in the bank of expenses just in case. Yes. Maybe because y'all thinking, you got to be doing 6 figures to do something like that.
Yeah.
No. If you applying what we just read in Hebrews 13 and 5, maybe you don't make 100,000.
Right.
Maybe you make 40,000.
Right.
But you've kept your expenses so low throughout the year.
Right.
You have the cheap things and some. I'm not saying you got to be a give me somebody.
Doomsday prepper.
Yeah, you ain't got to live like a doomsday prepper and live with just the bare necessities.
Right. You don't have to be a
12
minimalist.
months out of the year. What?
A minimalist?
Yeah, you don't got to be a minimalist. I'm not saying sell all the furniture you have and just sleep on an air mattress and all that. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But what I am saying is maybe you could cut down on your expenses. Maybe you don't necessarily need 2 car notes.
Right.
Bring it out.
Maybe, just maybe,
Just maybe.
you could sell one of the vehicles to dump that car note
And that insurance.
and go get you a cash car.
Right.
Or maybe something, even if it's not necessarily cash, you don't got $1,500, $2,000 to drop. If you can, maybe you can go to the dealership and get you something where you can pay it off in literally less than 6 months. So that same car note that you was paying for the brand new joint, you sell that one, and then you just apply that same payment because it's within your means right now.
Right. Yeah.
And you can apply it to the close to cash car, and then you got that bad boy paid off in 4 months.
Right.
How about that?
How about that? Makes sense to me.
That's what an ant would do.
That's what the ant would do.
Consider the ant.
Consider the ant. Use the wisdom of the ant.
Yeah.
They prepare. So these are the things. These are the life lessons that the Lord is trying to show us and tell us in these last days.
Right.
Maybe this is the opportunity again for you to assess where you are in your life right now, financially, obviously spiritually, first and foremost.
Right.
Financially, with your nutrition, with your health, with working out.
Right.
Because like you mentioned, if you go to the gym one day, let's say just 15 minutes, I'm telling you, you ain't going to want no Pepsi after that 15-minute workout.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Your body is literally going to be like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Right.
You done lost your daggone mind.
After we went through all this.
We done went through all this.
Right.
And you going to throw a Pepsi off at me?
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
You'll probably get sick. Like that's probably what really happened.
I guarantee, because your blood sugar be through the freaking roof, plus your
Right.
heart is already pumping.
Yeah.
Man, you setting yourself up for failure. You're automatically, and that's the mind and body connection that we have. That's the mind, body, and spirit connection. Our spirits are connected to the scriptures, which connects to our bodies. So when we have a care for our diet, when we go to the gym, guess what? We ain't in there panting and about to pass out, having a heart attack, having an asthma attack, can't breathe and all that, because you're taking care of your diet. On the flip side, you taking care of your diet, you going to the gym, guess what? You're not going to want to eat like crap.
Right.
Automatically, the switch flips to now, you know what? I want an apple.
Yeah.
Damn, an apple sound good about now.
Yeah.
Some good natural sugar
Right.
sound good right about now.
Catch a good pineapple at the right time.
My thing is mangoes.
Oh, mango?
Nice. Mangoes and pineapples.
That's my
We got a brother
favorite.
in the body that eats mangoes like apples. You know, he bites straight through the skin and everything.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, if you watching, brother, you know who you are.
Where you put all that juice?
Hey, man, I
It's
saw
hard
that.
to nut up a mango. Let alone.
He must be one of them older brothers. You know, grandparents don't let you waste no food.
Nah, this is a young brother. He young, but he from the mother.
Okay.
He
I know
grabbed
what
the
it is.
mango straight out the bag and bit it. I said, bro, you ain't gonna peel the skin. He just eat it. Proper. Maybe he knows some nutrients in there that we don't know.
Maybe it is, man. I know
mangoes very. No.
Huh?
I think about peaches.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey, officer, can I finish this? Because this is gonna bring something else based on something that you said. Start from the top. Hebrews 13 and 5 again.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 5. Let your conversation be without covetousness, and be content with such things as you have.
So be content. You don't have to go out. You don't have to what does it say? Run with the Joneses. Go ahead.
But he has said, I will never leave thee, nor forsake thee.
God said that if you pay attention to what I'm telling you and be content with what I've given you, I will never forsake you. I will never leave you. Your wisdom and your wits will stay with you, and you will be able to live comfortably.
Right.
Keep reading.
Verse 6. So that we may boldly say,
So that we can boldly say,
the Lord is my help.
God help me in this situation. I didn't do it myself. I kept the commandment that he gave me. And God is my helper. Bold.
So that we may boldly say, the Lord is my help, and I will not fear what man shall do unto me.
And I won't fear what these vaccines and these man-made plagues and the things that are coming. I won't fear what they're going to do to me, because God said if I'm content in this, if I keep this commandment, I don't overeat this, I exercise a little, keep myself healthy and well, that he'll glide me right through every piece of it.
I ain't got to work.
All praise.
That's beautiful.
All praise.
All praise.
Go ahead.
Oh, you look like you're supposed to say
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So that's beautiful.
Yeah,
That's beautiful. I love that script. So again, this is the time with about 2 minutes left. This is the time for us to really sit back and reflect on where we are in multiple areas of life. Let's go and answer that. Hey, Shalom Caller, what's your name, question, or comment?
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Doing good, brother.
Yeah, this is Amy. I'm calling from Albany. I'm actually listening to the class, and I heard the leadership talking about the brother with a mango. The brother eats the skin. Let him know the skin actually has a lot of fiber. It's actually nutritious. I grew up in the islands. I'm Benjamin, so we used to do that.
Oh, well, there you go. For those of y'all that didn't hear, the mango skin, I'm going to make sure I repeat. Keep me honest. Mango skin, you said, has a lot of fiber.
Fiber, yes.
Fiber.
I'm eating mango skin from now on.
So there you go.
Right.
I ain't gonna,
You lead by example.
all praise. Right. That's beautiful.
All right,
man.
leadership. Y'all have a good one.
All right.
Okay, all praise to the Most High. So hey, we're gonna take that. So mango skin has a lot of fiber in it. So I'll be eating. Clean it up real good.
Yeah.
But mango skin is definitely good for you.
Yeah.
Because I know I used to just cut it, slice it up, take the middle out, and I throw the skin out.
Right.
But I ain't gonna do that no more.
Yeah. Well, because I've never been the guy. When you raised in Texas, meat and potatoes, steak and potatoes is your thing, right? That's a Texas thing. But my wife encouraged me, to eat less meat and to try to eat more vegetables. So I don't see myself ever going, full vegan or just straight vegetarian. But I've certainly come to the point now of where I want to eat meat maybe twice, maybe 3 days in the week, not the same type of meat, spread out over the 7 days, but give me more vegetables and fruit. And that's actually helped out. I mean, I can feel the difference or whatever. So if mango gives me fiber, then cool.
Right on. All praise. All praise.
That's right. Skin of the mango.
Yeah.
So I'm good with it. So all praise to the Most High, man. So what did I say? I was saying something before the call. Lost my daggone thought.
Yeah, the brother shot that out your head.
No, yeah, it was good info. And I just completely forgot what I was going to say. Oh, now y'all want to come with the sound effects.
Right.
What is this? So,
right.
Oh, I was saying, so this is the time for us to really sit back and reflect and make sure that, don't reflect too long. Y'all need to move. Get off your behind.
Right.
Don't sit on the couch like a turd all day. This is your time to get up and really start preparing.
Right.
Brothers and sisters. Sisters, the scripture says, Proverbs 31. Give me that real quick. Proverbs 31.
Bring it.
Let me take off this Air Force One and throw it at the sisters real quick. Proverbs chapter 31. Read verse 15.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 31 and verse 15. She riseth also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household, and a portion to her maidens.
Go ahead.
She considereth a field and buyeth it. With the fruit of her hands she planteth a vineyard.
So the scripture says, a wise sister, she prepares. It says she rises up. She riseth also while it's yet night, giving meat to her household, a portion to her maidens. Jump down to verse. Find me where it says she ordereth. 27.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 31 and verse 27. She looketh well to the ways of her household.
So the scripture says a wise woman will look well to the ways of her household. She's not going to sit around like a turd
Right.
She's going to get out and make it happen.
That's
Make it happen.
That's
Make
right.
it happen. Especially in these last days. Brothers is out warring.
Right.
Brothers is out at camp.
Right.
Brothers is out doing flyer missions.
Right.
Brothers out doing, various other tasks that they got to do for the body.
Right.
On top of captivity, on top of, especially if you're in a leadership position, you got other people problems you got to deal with.
Right.
So the bare minimum for our sisters to do, your wisdom got to exceed the wisdom of the ant.
Yes. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So the scripture says, read it again, verse 27.
She looketh well to the ways of her household.
So the scripture says a wise woman is going to look well to the ways of her household. She believed the scriptures. She believes that when the times of famine and pestilence, the freaking writing's on the wall.
Right,
Ain't nothing we
exactly.
got to guess at.
Right.
I did the not the interview, but the article about inflation that's coming up. It's already here.
Yeah, right.
Food inflation.
Oh, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
So guess what? Food prices are finna shoot through the freaking roof.
Right.
So all the more reason for us to double down and prepare our households. Go ahead.
And eateth not the bread of idols.
Because I ain't want y'all to think when I say sitting on the couch like a turd, I ain't want y'all to think I was just saying that just to be me.
Right. No, it's right there.
The scripture says don't eat the bread of idleness.
Right.
Sitting on the couch like a turd, I'm just saying don't be idle.
Right.
The scripture says send them to labor that they be not idle, for idleness teacheth much evil.
Right.
And that's what we're trying to avoid you sisters from doing, especially in these last days, man. This is not the time to get weak in the knees and start falling out and losing your mind and all of that. It's not the time.
Yeah.
This is the time. This is all the more reason while we see the writing on the wall. This is all the more reason for you to double down and make sure that you're doing what you're doing and preparing your house not only from a nutrition standpoint, but spiritually as well.
That's right.
And playing your role in teaching the kids, so on and so forth. All right. So that's it. We're going to end it on that. All praise to the Most High. Make sure y'all follow us on IUIC Dallas in the Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all social media platforms in the script reloaded. And make sure you give to the Booster Club. You can also give via PayPal directly to IUIC.dallas@IsraelUnite.org. We're going to close that out on that. Y'all are tuned in the scripts.
Reloaded.
Shalom.
You are listening to In the Scripts Reloaded.